Alright, I'm gonna try to not lose a fight in the phone here. We are at LaSalle City Hall here in Illinois. We're about to go into the city council meeting. I do have a speech prepared per usual. It's a little different than normal. I am running a little bit late, so at least we made it, period. I was hoping to get here a little bit early. Doesn't look like it's very busy, honestly. You never really know. Hey, Lou, good to see you. Sweet Mary Jane, hey. All right, so we're going to head in there. Uh, Unfortunately, Jamie Hicks will not be here. Jamie Hicks has an emergency restraining order for the city property for John Duncan. You guys will hear all about it. Hey, Joe. Good to see ya. So he cannot personally be here. Unfortunately, Brooke. What's up? Trying to shut off my Wi-Fi just in case. Let me know if it's being funny.
Generally, in that situation, residents will call Joe, and then I know personally I've received numerous calls from garbage in people's yards, and I let the building inspector know, and usually he goes and has a discussion or says something, and it gets taken care of, so.
And then if it continues to happen, how is it then
The fine
regulated?
goes up.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's all I got. Thank you.
Hello. I'm Dana Hicks. I just have a question. I've been coming here, oh geez, over a year now. And I didn't know much about city government at all before I started coming. But it seems the process is, we come here, you guys must have meetings outside of this council meeting and discuss things. Well, then you come and you sit down here and you say, well, this is on the agenda, this is on the agenda, yay, pass. How do we as the public find out what this information is? How much a bid is out on something? How does a bid get put out to the public? How do these companies bid? And why is it not like on the agenda? Like, for example, Public Works garage roof-related matters. Are you guys gonna talk about this today and say that this is how much this is costing, this is how much the bid is, who bid on it, that type of thing? How do I get this information beforehand, before it comes to the AAA voting process? And how do you all know? Is it in your packets that you get? Is that what this, where this information comes from? I just kind of want to, as a layperson, understand more of this project. I know we've all been hearing probably about the water problem. The water is important to us, and I know when we reach out and we don't get answers, or we just get a roundabout answer, I don't quite understand it. I work in healthcare and I work for a dialysis company, and water is huge in dialysis, and I knew it up and down, round and round. So you guys have gotta have people who work for you who are certified in specific things with water. Who are these people? What are their certifications? Can you get this information? How much do you test? What happens if a test comes back incorrectly? Like with a well that has bacteria in it. Why does this well have bacteria? What does that mean for the city? Is it an immediate shut this well down because of bacteria, or do we treat it? Do we watch it? Do we monitor it? Is this a frequent thing? Has this happened before? How do we, as the public, understand what our water issues are and how they're treated? Like now, all of a sudden, we're told that the tank somewhere on the east end of town or something has to be swirled, and that's why our water is brown. Well, when it was brown before the swirling started, why was it brown then? I don't know who to talk to for this information. It seems if you send an email through the City of LaSalle website, it goes to spam or nowhere. So how do Brent's the only one who answers my emails. So is it, everything has to go through Brent? Question, answer? So, that's kind of what I wanna know. How do I find out information, and why is it not talked about at these specific meetings every week?
My question is, it has to do with our local grocery store. And do we have an update? Because I know many people that I've spoken with in the neighborhoods are concerned about it. Not everybody can get to Hy-Vee or Save-A-Lot, and they're really dependent on the local grocery store. Is it going to be opening soon? Is there a buyer involved? And when people ask me, is there something that I can relay to them? Not everybody has internet or access to the city website. Thank you.
My name is Marty Schneider. I told many of you that I would only come down here when I have something important to say. I know now that that was a mistake to say that, because I've had a lot to say and should have been here at the last two meetings. I was wrong in thinking that I made a difference in the time that I came here. I was wrong in thinking that we as a collective group helped you understand that you work for us and that our opinions and concerns need to be considered in every decision that you make when you are here in these chambers. Although I haven't been able to be here, I've been following what's been going on, and I gotta tell you, it made me feel like a failure. It changed nothing. In fact, I would argue that the way the city is run and these meetings are taking place is worse now than ever. You continue to let this tyrant dictate how you vote, when you vote, and what you vote on. You continue to let him cover up the problems with the water that a lot of residents depend on to drink. You sat in these chambers, and as I showed you the black filter from my house, and I asked you what was wrong with our drinking water, and you sat there and let him lie to my face. It's been a month, and I have yet to hear any of you say a word about it. If it wasn't for me and Jamie, the entire town would still believe the lie that he's telling that there's no problem with the water, and that it's just routine maintenance, and that there's nothing to worry about. It's your job to make sure that your constituents are getting accurate information, and you say nothing. I've recently found out that not only do we have problems with our wells and the treatment plant, but there's a problem with the water towers too. The water towers that were recently worked on, instead of fixing the problem, we now have rust in our drinking water because of it, and I haven't heard a word about it from any of you. I don't know what you think gives you the right to keep that from us. People will get sick from having that rust in the water. I've bitten my tongue a lot about a lot of stuff recently, but this is one thing that I won't be quiet about, so every resident knows how you let this tyrant hide this from us. There's one more thing that I won't be quiet about any longer, and the main reason that I came down here today, and that's the blatant violation of Jamie Hicks' constitutional right to be at these meetings and his right to say whatever he wants when he's here. You may not like what he has to say, but if you can't take it for 5 minutes, two times out of 1 month for 5 minutes, then you need to find another job.
Yes.
You let this tyrant change the rules multiple times to prevent us from voicing our concerns and opinions on certain things you are voting on, and I said nothing. But this time you've gone too far. John, I respect you and consider you a friend. I've known you a long time. I have absolutely no issue with your decision to file a complaint against Jamie. But you cannot let this tyrant, use this and twist the law to stop Jamie from being here. To me, it just shows the entire town how much control this man has over all of you. Mayor Grove, you think you're slick, don't you? I read the complaints from the city against Jamie and at the hearing, and I lost what little respect I had for you left. You said that Jamie stands alone and he's the only one complaining about how you run this town, and you know that's bullshit. The truth is that there are more people complaining about you now more than ever. You continue to disregard the concerns of your residents and continue to hide the problems that the decisions that you make have caused for the city. This last stunt you are trying to pull with Jamie has sealed your fate at the next election. Even the people that disagree with Jamie should respect his right to be here and to say what he wants to say. Recently, I had a friend tell me that there's people still asking why I'm still complaining. Why I'm still complaining.
The mayor.
About Karis, Illinois Cement, and you. This is a perfect example of why I continue to speak up, and that's because tyrants like you and Ema Karis have been allowed to run this town into the ground because you lie and you deceive your voters. So I'm here to tell you, I'm here to tell Bassador, who's not here, and I'm here to tell Boo, who works at the Illinois Cement and looks the other way when they empty their filters in the air at 1:30 in the morning while the town sleeps, in my opinion. And the video that I have of them doing it at 1:30 in the morning. I'm here to tell you three that I will make sure that you're not sitting in those seats after the next election. The good old days, the good old boys days, and the corrupt way that you run this city is over on election. I just hope that it's not too late to save this town from the damage you have done to this town can be reversed.
Give me just a minute.
Yeah, my name's Christy, I'm sorry, did you say your name for the record? Yeah, I don't know if you did for the record, you went up and spoke. I'm sorry.
Crystal Walker.
I knew it was you, but I want to be on the tape.
You ready? I'd like to start off by announcing that I paid a visit to Rotary Park yesterday. I was pleased to see that the baby changers are now safe. The danger zones around the park are finally roped off with orange fencing. I did receive a return call from the mayor's secretary letting me know that the issues at the park will now be handled. Remember, after I notified the mayor of those issues, I never heard back. I was forced to use my public comment time to address why Grove would continue to risk our children's safety. I have been contacted by a LaSalle resident afraid to address issues with you guys, and I see why. They'll be told they're obsessed, looking for attention, wanting online fame, risk false arrest, the list goes on. My time today can't be spent addressing that person's concerns. I'd like you guys to meet Michael Kaiser. This man gives me a slew of unwanted attention from his mom's craft room. The obsession and slander from someone clearly hooked on something is really what I'm seeking, Mayor Grove. Oh, okay. This man fabricates being a parent, serving in the Army for 10 years, 3 tours of duty, and even 2 Purple Hearts. You know, pretending to be a wounded combat vet. In reality, this frightening creep wields a deep hatred towards myself and others like me. He has been charged with the vicious murder of Marine veteran Donald A. Cameron. Sure, some of us may gain attention when doing the right thing, but there are people like Michael Kaiser there to give a truly concerning type of attention. Believe me, Grove, I have way cooler hobbies that are less likely to gain the attention of a stolen valor lunatic. Moving on, Jeff Grove and John Duncan have used the LaSalle taxpayers' money to file an emergency workplace restraining order against Jamie for Mr. Duncan's safety. This comes after numerous attempts to have Jamie Hicks arrested for various allegations. They also wanted to prevent this man from having any contact with any city employee or city property. Remember a few meetings ago when I explained in depth how a deputy spotted the discrepancies from John Duncan's claim that Mr. Hicks said he'd kick John's ass? By the next day, the claim changed to whip the fuck out of him. These statements were given to a deputy for an official report of a threat. Yep, don't worry, it gets worse. Duncan and Grove waited about a month to file for this emergency protection. I have footage provided by the city from the day Chief removed Mr. Hicks from a public meeting. Mr. Duncan wasn't trying to be a witness, he was trying to be an enforcer, an untrained liability. For some reason, Mr. Duncan, the finance director, believed he could put hands on Jamie Hicks. I have been thoroughly investigating this, and these words are my own. You have a city attorney. Why would you use the people's hard-earned money to contract high-dollar attorneys from Chicago? Kevin Fay, why would you make claims that differ from your original statement to the sheriff's deputies? Are you afraid you'll lose your job if you don't go along with Mayor Grove's crooked agenda? The mayor mocked LaSalle County for what they did to me, but he's no better. We've got perverts trying to take advantage of children as we speak, and Grove wants to waste money and police resources to attack the citizens? Y'all claim everyone must be happy since they don't attend these meetings. We all know the truth. People are afraid to challenge a repeat tyrant. You have no issues attacking people's freedom, liberties, and livelihood. You attempt to silence anyone who doesn't follow along. Look how you treated Alderman Crane in front of everyone last time. Your behavior is shameful, Grove. You have no respect for the people, nor for those you work with. By the way, yes, you did hijack public comment time again. When you were called out for it, you threatened to kick people out of the meeting and jump down Alderman Crane's throat. What time am I at?
You're at 4 minutes and 8 seconds.
Jeff, enjoy the title of Mayor of LaSalle while you can, because you won't have it for much longer. For the remainder of my time, I'll be holding a moment of silence for all persons abused or negatively impacted by the tyrannical behaviors of soon-to-be former Mayor Jeff Grove.
Need 5 minutes or no.
Thanks, John.
Any other public comment tonight? Any other public comment tonight? All right, proclamation.
Proclaiming April 14th through April 20th, 2024 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week.
Your Honor, I move we proclaim April 14th through April 20th, 2024 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week.
Second. Motion by Alderman Jefferson, second by Alderman Thompson. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. Approval of minutes.
Your Honor, I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting held April 1st, 2024, placed on file. Each alderman has a copy.
Motion by Alderman Reynolds, second by Alderman Crane. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. Discussion of potential action on the following petitions.
We'll be going over it, guys, but you wouldn't believe what they have done to him. One of the people that got up there, Dina, if you heard her speech, that's Jamie's wife. I was I don't know if you guys noticed, but that one dude had his kid helping to record him. I was so proud of that moment. So proud of that. Hey, Jamie. Hey, what's up, dude? Oh yeah, you know that dirtbag was hurting. All right, I'm going back in now. Hey guys, thanks for watching here. Since there were some big issues last time when I wasn't live streaming. This mayor went on a rampage toward the citizens who ended up all walking out or being, well, in my case, being forced out on my own timing. We do not have either Bray here. Both Brays are gone.
We wish.
Okay, I'm gonna read it as $23,890,783.
Hey, Jamie, I don't know if you can post what that guy's name is that gave a speech, the guy with the kid, I forget right now. But while he was giving a speech, and I zoomed in a little bit on it, or I showed it, the guy next to me, whoever, I forget his name, but you know, the guy sitting next to me, which I'll show in a second, was literally going into Facebook Messenger instead of listening. What an asshole. All right, back to the meeting. Yes.
Motion by Alderman Hernan, second by Alderman Reynolds. All in favor?
Aye.
That
Against?
guy.
Motion carried. Communication.
Illinois Department of Revenue report showing sales tax collected for January 2024 of $82,712.44 and home rule sales tax of $71,675.77 for a total of $154,380.
Don't we still need an officer at the meeting? Are we still gonna have an officer at the meeting? Okay, see you soon.
Either in or out.
Huh?
You're either in or out, so I'm talking, it's disrupting my meeting.
Excuse me? Well, if you get on my way, I'll go in.
Go in.
No, you're not gonna stand in my way.
Go in. Ladies
You
first.
got your, okay. Got your body in my way. We saw you on Facebook. Good employee. At the last meeting, they were letting people carry on like motherfuckers out there.
Alderman Thompson.
Aye.
Kaczak.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Blueberry. Jefferson.
Aye.
Herndon. Crane.
Aye.
Discussion of potential action regarding the recommendation of the Economic Development Committee and the Finance Committee regarding selection of fiber service provider.
This guy said you're either in or out, so you can't come in and out, he says.
That's fine, more personal. We're having a meeting.
Just talking to him.
Open discussion, please. Thank you.
Sorry, the finance committee elected to table this issue. There's still many questions, so we're gonna come back in 2 weeks and hopefully for a time in your town.
Second. All right. After that, Amy?
Yes. Discussion of potential action regarding the recommendation of the Finance Committee regarding a request from Christie Kaczika of Starbuck Rentals for a redevelopment incentive program grant totaling $2,668 for premises located at 552 First Street and related matters.
The other finance committee
voted to recommend or accept the request from Christie Pacifica of Mount Reynolds for the amount of $2,668 in related matters.
And
Motion on the
you're
text,
moving to
now-
approve that?
Yeah, exactly.
Roger, city attorney. You're moving to approve that,
Yes.
as was the case with the first one that got approved too. You're asking that this council approve the finance committee recommendation.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
Motion on the text, I'm in text. I'll take it. I'm sorry, I'm right off. Take roll.
Alderman Patak.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
LeBarry. Jepson.
Aye.
Herndon.
Aye.
Crane.
Aye.
Thompson.
Aye.
Oh, God.
That was to, just to clarify, accept the recommendations of the finance committee to approve that grant.
You can't go in and out.
Special committees, whole business.
Authorization of pay request number 13 for Visiting Construction Company totaling $166,311.80 for work completed to date on water treatment plant improvement 2022 and related matters.
I move we pay request number 13, Visiting Construction Company total $166,311.80 for work completed to date on water treatment plant improvements 2022 and related matters.
Second.
Motion on Crane, some on Reynolds, take the roll, please.
Alderman Reynolds.
Aye.
LeBarry. Jepson.
Aye.
Herndon.
Aye.
Crane.
Aye.
Thompson.
Aye.
Patak.
Aye.
Update on infrastructure improvements to water distribution system and related matters.
Amy, Chris Parra with Twist Incorporated. I'm just gonna give a brief report basically on an IEPA inspection that was done at the end of last year. Following that inspection, there were two matters that came up that kicked out an NOV letter, and I'm speaking on behalf of that letter. We had several.
NOV being, and notice of violation.
Notice of violation, correct. The two items regarding that violation, one item was secondary containment for chemical tanks. I can tell you that all the supplies this year that I operate are getting hit with this. There's just years where they enforce different things, and this is the year that this is one of the items they're enforcing. I have several supplies that were issued the same thing. The tanks have already been replaced, and it's no longer an issue. We're reporting that to the EPA. The other item is also something that all my supplies are getting. It's in regards to having generator backup for your water supply. In years past, the EPA really just required a day and a half worth of storage in the air in your water towers.
Do we have that, Chris, now?
I believe so. I mean, yeah, it was a standard that you had to meet.
Sure.
This year, the Illinois EPA got audited by the US EPA, and now they're making all supplies that don't have backup generators now have backup generators, and that was the other part of the NOV. I have many supplies that are having to put in generation now. And actually, to LaSalle's credit, it was brought to my attention, I just became your water operator, but it was brought to my attention that I think a year ago, you applied for a grant for generators, but it didn't get approved, but you were kind of ahead of the game there. But now, you know, we're having to put these in. It's just a requirement that they're mandating everybody to do.
So would this be like every pump station, Chris?
Yeah,
Has to
every
have
pump
it?
station, the well field, the pump station, and the water plant, both pump stations. Well, one pump station already has backup generators, actually, so.
So what is, I know, I'm sure you guys are on it already, I know we're on, but what's like the lead time now for these generators?
Like 50 to 60 weeks, depending on the size of the generator. The smaller ones, you can kind of get quicker than that, and the EPA recognizes that. So basically, as part of this NOV, we proposed dates and different things that we're gonna, you know, so much time to permit this, so much time to get approval, so much time to purchase it, and that sort of thing. And that lead time is way out there on some of the larger items, specifically the one for the water. I think that's 55 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just something that you're dealing with, and like I said, every other town is dealing with it too.
Are they doing, most towns doing that, or are they backup generators, or they have a chance to like compete with other people's power, or?
It's backup,
Okay.
yeah, backup
Backup
generators,
generators,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
How do you do our well field? We talked about this about 12 years ago.
So we're
Because
gonna
we
do a
had generators
portable.
up there. The flood of '09, there was like 6 months, we couldn't get the wealthy.
Yeah.
Vehicle, you know, guys about you, literally.
Luckily, that doesn't happen very often.
So I was scrolling and reading the comments from you guys like several minutes ago because I missed a bunch of them. And I had to come out because I was going to burst into laughter. Anyway, I'm going to finish doing that little bit. That jerk that came up with his gut in this walkway on me, trying to tell me I had to squeeze by him like a weirdo. He told me I got to be in or out, but then Grove yells at me for speaking a word in there, threatening me with strike one. I had 3 strikes and I'm out on the 3rd one. But that jerk tried to tell me I'm either in or out. Like, bro, this is an open public meeting. I'll come in and out all the fuck I want. Just like they did. If you notice, Officer Hernandez, I think his name is, he left. And Bray, the nice Bray, is here now. Frankie Bray, the one that was good to me last time. So yeah, I'm going back in. I just wanted to make sure I didn't get myself kicked out too early. Mayor Grove would love to if you didn't notice.
Basically stating you are in a CCA and you'll sign that. Mayor basically states that we're going to do what we outlined. Yeah. So, any other questions or concerns?
Chris, now that you're kind of helping us out, you know, please feel free, as I'm sure you are, you know, to walk through the facilities. You know,
Oh, yeah.
It's good to have an outside light, eyes on there.
I'm
see
there
things.
2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah. And I said, if you think there's you know, we talked about lead time, there's integral parts. I don't think anybody here has a problem having some inventory and some stuff, as long as, you know, maybe just, because we know lead time is crazy.
Yeah,
We
so-
have to carry the extra part, you guys find, I didn't carry the extra part, so we're ready to, you know.
And then as far as, again, the lead time being crazy like that, what we're also proposing is having a contract with a company that has portable generation that can bring it to us. In the meantime, we're gonna start the process putting in the transfer switches and that at all the locations. And again, the lead time on that stuff is way out there too, but if we could get the transfer switches in relatively soon, within a few months, and although those generators could be almost a year out, we can contract with a company like Rush Power or somebody like that specializes in generators, that has portable generators that you can bring here if, you know, God forbid, a derecho storm or something comes through, you can bring that here, park it, and then hook it up and transfer the power over. So that's also part of the whole plan. Yep.
I have a question.
Yep.
Chris, you heard during comments, we have a concerned citizen about who runs our treatment plant.
Yeah.
Can you kind of give some history of how many years your company's been in business? How many communities do you do? What are your qualifications? What license do you have?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, just kind of.
So, yeah, again, my name is Chris Perro, Test Incorporated. Our company was started back in 1987. I've been around water and wastewater plants since I was 5 years old, going around to these places with my dad back in the day. I've personally been doing this for over 30 years, professionally, full-time. I have the highest certification level Class A. For water, I also have the highest certification level for wastewater, which is a Class 1. We operate, it's hard to say, about 200 facilities across the state. Now, a lot of those are smaller, some of them are larger like LaSalle's, but a lot of them are smaller. And honestly, it's been my experience that the smaller towns typically need the most help because they don't have the resources. So we actually pride ourselves, that's kind of like the people that we like to help in are the smaller towns and that sort of thing. But yeah, and it's more than just me. I have over 50 people that work for Test Incorporated across the state of Illinois, many of them top certified like myself. And honestly, my personal phone number's out there. I've encouraged everybody with the city of LaSalle to give my phone number out. And Mr. Duncan has done that, and Brent has done that. And people have left messages at my office, and I call every single one of them back. And honestly, I can say that of all the people that have called regarding either the lead issues or some of the discoloration, I haven't gotten any on this discoloration, but the lead issues, everybody's been really nice on the phone to talk to, and when I give them the update on, you know, basically what it is, where it comes from, why we had the high results, what you can do if you're concerned, that sort of thing, they've been very receptive and happy that I talked to them, and some of them have contacted the office, and requested a sample kit that our lab sent, gave to them. They stopped by the office, picked it up, and we are doing the lead testing for them, as you guys pointed out 4 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yep.
Chris, can you update us on the quality of water coming out of the plant now?
So-
Compared to, before the filter was back up and running, we had discoloration, now the filter back up and running.
It is, so before the first filter was rehabbed, there was issues with the old, with the old ones. And now that we have the new filter online, it is functioning, it is putting out really good quality water. But like anything else, there's a lot of construction going on there. You could have potentially hiccups from time to time. As a water operator, you do everything you can to make sure that doesn't happen. And as far as the water quality goes, I can tell you, when I'm there reviewing the data, several times per week, everything is satisfactory, and I believe we're still uploading the data up onto the city website, are we not? So if there's any question on water quality, those are the samples, the guys are there at the lab, at the water plant, checking that stuff daily, and then you guys are uploading that to be totally transparent to the public, so. Honestly, I've never seen a town do that before. That's pretty impressive. The Illinois EPA, I did actually tell our local EPA representative that you guys were doing that, and he was very surprised and happy that you were. He said that's being very transparent, so. Yeah.
What, the EPA's gonna really clamp down on how we will alkalize.
Oh, the PFAS stuff.
It's supposed to go down to like, less than 4 parts per trillion, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Which means they can't detect below that level if there's some there.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not truly out of shape with that, are we?
No, but the good news is, that's in your well field, the shallow wells. We're moving to the deeper wells, so that won't be an issue. The aquifer that you guys are wanting to get into at that 3,000 to 4,000 foot level with the new deep well is the same aquifer we have in Peru. And we have no PFAS detectable levels in Peru, so I would assume.
It's coming in from the seepage from the 2 rivers.
I don't, not necessarily would say that. It's really, I'm not sure, honestly, I'm not a geologist. I could just tell you what I've seen. I have seen that you do have some slight hits on PFAS, and we're on quarterly testing because of that. So every quarter, we're submitting PFAS data. Now, PFAS is something, you're right, that we're trying to narrow in on what those levels are going to ultimately be. And again, you're transitioning from the shallow wells to the deep wells, so that'll be good. Yep. Any other questions? No?
Thanks for your time, Chris.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Again, we know you have stuff to do, if you need to get out of here, go to that fan banquet.
That's where I was gonna go.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Consideration and potential approval of work by JZ Contracting to install a field net at Hayward Park in the data center.
Yeah, after meeting with men's softball and Little League, I think we decided that putting up a second net above the current net would would solve our safety issues, and I'm gonna move we accept the bid proposal for $4,500 to install the net. How's that?
Motion by Jefferson, second by Alderman LaVerry, take the roll, please.
Alderman LaVerry.
Aye.
Jefferson.
Aye.
Herndon.
Aye.
Crane.
Aye.
Thompson.
Aye.
Attack.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Your Honor, before we move on, as baseball fans, that we know how to create monsters and how things work at parks. I would suggest that netting is a different color, such as a red or something like that. So even though it's not played, it would count as a home run anyway if they're looking at that.
Can you write that line? Good, I mean, it was a very good discussion, all night, I think, was, with the men's softball and boys baseball. Is we're trying to, right this year, there'll be no games that overlap, so that's gonna be the key, hopefully there's no scheduled nights. The estimates put up just in case there is, for some reason, a makeup or some kind of misscheduling. And then they're also asking, I think, well, it was for, a netting, kind of go from the Little League announcers booth to the tennis courts.
Yeah.
Because some people sometimes are out there, especially stand, and, this way, so.
Yeah, was that, I think that was included.
That's it.
Yes,
So,
okay.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, it's a kind of extension of just where we have it now, so. Thank you, everybody, for your help on that. Thank you for the council for approving the purchase. Any other old business? I have something on old business, it's kind of new business, but old business. Ivy Food Center was brought up, obviously, and I have the same questions and concerns I get all the time, so I'm gonna kind of just respond to what I have. I believe, when I met with the new owners, I guess it was probably almost 2 months ago, I kind of told them, they said, hey, it'll probably be 3 months or 3 weeks, we'll try to get things going. I said, you know what, I said, take your time. I said, you have one shot to make this right? Because people did not have a very good impression of last, way the store was running before these two new people on it. So I think they're coming into some situations where they're seeing some things they need to do, infrastructure wise, HVAC stuff. So I know I signed off a letter, just a letter of recommendation, saying it's an important area, here for us. And again, I totally agree, Crystal, that it's a lot of people like the convenience. It's a smaller store, not so big of a parking lot. And like I said, we're hoping they're gonna get cautiously optimistic that they'll be back open soon. Again, we have not heard anything from the owners officially as far as go dates, so. I'll try to follow up with you this week, and maybe have a different answer next week, but good. But again, I see some people there, which is good. It's not totally vacant, but the shelves are still empty, so that's not a good sign either, so. But I'm hoping they're gonna take the word that, hey, let's get it right, because I think that could be very beneficial. We see Save Lots very busy, does great business, and they got a food center to join right in as another option too, so. Other old business is, I know in the past, we've offered people a chance to do some walkthroughs, like our facility, if there's any questions on like the wastewater or water, and I guess I just wanna make sure everybody knows that's still an option. Kevin Faves, our public works superintendent, and you can call him directly or email him off the city website, or else call Julie, she can arrange to get in touch with that. But again, we want people to come down there. I think it's a pretty interesting, operation, and I know people in the past have been offered, and for some reason they declined that, but again, it's definitely available for people to do, so take advantage when you can. I think it's a good opportunity for everybody to come and learn, so. I know when I first got, elected as alderman, that was one of the things I really appreciated was Tim McGee was here, and he wanted me out to the Pine State Stacker, and at the time, Mike Carter at wastewater, and it's amazing, because we all just kind of take for granted, when you turn the sink, that water comes out, and when you flush the toilet, you don't really think about where it's going, so, a lot of good information there. New business.
Discussion of potential action regarding resurfacing work to be completed on the Public Works garage roof in related matters.
Kevin, can you touch base on this one?
Yeah, so I included 2 bids, in the packet. One was from Mayhew Roofing and the other one was 5 Star Roofing. The 5 Star Roofing came with a couple different options as far as a warranty, a 10-year, 20-year, and 15-year, I believe. But as you get the warranty, obviously the price goes up, so I was just curious as to what kind of warranty we want. It has been patched, I believe, 4 times. It seems to be that we're moving the leak around and not truly fixing it. It's a very old roof, it's nailed, not screwed. So to keep chasing the patch around, I think is not.
Your recommendation out of the 2 bids?
I would recommend like a 15-year warranty to possibly a 10-year warranty from 5 Star.
Yeah, the differences on the bids, the discounted prices are huge.
Yeah, I also want to note that this is, the material that they'll be putting on top of the roof would be able to be patched as well. So if it does go bad after 20, 30 years, they're able to patch it as opposed to redoing the whole thing.
So Kevin, obviously, it must be leaking as it comes down the A-frame to the sides?
It's leaking as it goes down into the lower part, it's leaking down. There's a lot of,
That's a pretty steep.
yeah, it's like I said, it's a big roof, and the sheets of metal that are up there are only 1 foot wide. So there's a lot of seams, a lot of joints, a lot of nails. Chase around the leak is very difficult.
Are both companies able to start work after we bid up?
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
do we have finances for that? Do we have,
That should be part of the appropriation.
right, but I mean, that's.
We have not, had our appropriations meeting for our next appropriations yet, so that's something we'll have to work in.
Got it.
I see the discounted prices are valid till, 4/20, days of 50, so, yeah. 20,000 difference.
we go with the, metal one fiber coat.
Yeah, at 81,000 for the one. I second that.
What do you think of that, Jordan, on Thursday, your 20 years flies by?
Me personally, I would go with the longer warranty. But that's a little more sense of security.
This is a 10-year, no, it's a 15-year warranty, right? Or no, it's
The most expensive is 20-year one.
Metal one ply fiber coat, I think the fiber coat would make a big difference in this one.
Yeah, that's what I was
Do a motion on the text and on the Blueberry.
I'll second it, yes.
I'm sorry, Alderman Thompson.
Over the day.
You already did.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Alderman Jepson.
Aye.
Herndon.
Aye.
Crane. Thompson.
Aye.
Attack.
Before I vote, I'm gonna vote yes, but I wanna address the question that came up earlier about this. So usually what goes on, if there's a situation to where the department head needs something done, he will come up with specs, what he needs to be done. So say the engineer will come up with the specs and do something, then he submits it out to contractors to go ahead and bid on it. So then when he gets it, he analyzes it, and he said, I recommend that we go with this person or with this bid. And in our packet, we have the two bids that we look at. That's how we decide on it. We don't have meetings behind the scenes or anything. He's doing his job, he goes out, gets different bids.
And to follow up with that, we don't share the bids before we vote on them, because that's unfair bid practice.
So I vote aye.
Okay, Alderman Reynolds.
Aye.
And Alderman LaBerry. Thank you.
Drew wants to vote twice. He already wants that, Drew.
To add to that, early we see this as Friday afternoon.
Okay, let's see, discussion potential action regarding potential community cleanup event and related matters.
So I know Jordan kind of brought this up, which it was amazing, because the day after he brought it up, we saw something where Seattle was doing that, Jordan.
Well,
So, just real quick, I want to say that you, I know you reached out to, that particular fence line, I know you reached out to Linda, and she has on her list to hit that when she gets her parking permit, just so you know. But, okay, go ahead.
So ever since I became Alderman, garbage is the number one complaint I get. Numerous people actually suggested this to me, about whether it's in person, an email, or a phone call. I get a lot of calls about the alley between 901 Grant and Crozet Street, 2100 block there. That's a big concern area for garbage. So, I had a resident send me some information about Ottawa and what they're trying to do on Earth Day, which would be April 22nd, they're gonna do some cleanup on Route 6. And I actually drove through there the other day, it's pretty bad. I just read today that they're expecting 100 people to show up to volunteer to clean up. So, that's huge, I would like to do something with that. With all this brought to my attention, I then reached out to LBA, and they do their own cleanup 3 times a year downtown, and I want to see if they want to collaborate with us a little bit, do all this at once. I reached out to Acts Church, they have Hope Week in June, and I had, like Jeff said, mentioned Melinda, about taking care of the fence line north of their parks building, because if they're there and it's, the ball diamonds are done, they're done early for the day, they can walk right up the road. I thought that was great, for that particular spot, but I have a few different ideas on this. I reached out to the mayor and asked him what his ideas were. He was all for it. He had suggested that the city should provide some trash bags and whatnot. The public works employees would pick them up. I think that's a great idea as well. I asked the mayor then to run it by the staff, see what they think, and then the staff put it on the agenda at that time. So, all that being said, the discussion I'll have, I think we need to set a date. I don't know how soon we can do this, because I'd like to get the word out. I was thinking somewhere along the lines of everybody who wants to volunteer will be at, central location. I thought the South Shelter and Hegler would be great in between volunteer field and pool. That's pretty centrally located. I think the city should provide, gloves, trash bags, drinking water for the day. And then the areas to go to, I was thinking, we'll just go off calls, whatever trouble areas are in town or problem areas are in to, and divvy up in groups and have at it.
Jordan, I initiated back in '95, Jordan was doing 351 from Fifth Street to the canal entrance. It's kind of going by the wayside and then the east, I hope we get national mess
First of all, be safe. Thank you very much. Couldn't say it in there because they'll attack me and threaten to throw me out. Did anybody see when I zoomed in on Mayor Grove's head after your comment kilted? Mayor Grove was caught digging for gold slightly, very quickly. Watch, now they're gonna have some fucking fucked up rule about, oh, you can't go in and out of our public meeting. Yeah, good try. Dude, this guy next to me, what's his name again, Jamie? What's he, the engineer? No wonder he hates me, because all that stuff with, yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, Mr. Clean definitely quit. All right, go back.
Leadership for it and get the things organized. One of the things I thought was always good, especially in Ward 2, is that if we took it and did it by awards. However, I like the idea, I think, Joe mentioned about by different, wait for the calls. And I don't know.
Jordan mentioned that.
Jordan, okay.
Go by school.
We're in discussion, yeah, whatever. we
Well, I mean,
come up
but
with.
the thing is, I think, as we're talking about, there is a lot of interest in people participating, they just didn't know where to start. So I think it's a good idea, I'm for it.
The other thing, we could use some more trash containers downtown. Like, I work with 200 block Marquette, I get out of my car and I'm loading down with stuff, and there's stuff on the ground, I can't pick it up. Like, when they're on Saturday or Sunday, I'll pick up as much as I can, I carry it up to my office on the third floor and throw it away, but.
We
if
have
there were
trash
containers
cans.
nearby, it'd be easier.
We have trash containers on First Street, I believe some on Second maybe.
This is
You want to-
200 block Marquette.
You want to do side streets through the downtown
Well,
versus Second?
people throw stuff everywhere that walk by,
You're saying you'd like to see another receptacle there?
Yeah, I'd like to see one there, either side, the west side of the hotel, or, I'd like to see one there, because I dig stuff up, throw it out, and walk back to my car to get the stuff I have to carry, if I have to walk.
Good job, Don.
Yeah. But,
And answer a question on public comment, I do believe that is a job that Summer Health does, because they pick up the trash downtown.
Yeah, they do it periodically, the LBA group does get together, and especially around the time when they had the Jazz Fest and the Blues Fest.
Unfortunately, Tom probably sees this, and you might too, Doc, working on Tom, but unfortunately, and this is true, George, the watering pots, when the water crew goes through there and waters that, unfortunately, a lot of people use that as their disposal, so people are picking that up.
yeah, there are, vacuum machines, like sidewalks, I don't know how much they cost.
Morning walks,
Probably, yeah.
So are you gonna get some information, George, to the front, city website or Facebook?
Well, we're in discussion, I posted some of my ideas, does anybody else have anything they'd like to add, or?
I think we should find out when, each group's doing a cleanup and try to avoid those weekends and maybe do something, scattered throughout the year a little bit.
Scattered throughout the.
Yeah, so, if Perfectly Flaw's doing an Earth Day one, I don't know what LBA does theirs, but maybe stagger them a month apart. LBA does, will celebrate with Sal and Jasper Springs, I think, right? But that's just
They
area.
do 3 times a year.
Those areas, yeah. But, at the same time, Springs good, because they live outside, so maybe they, I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll share my ideas with Brett, and then we could, I don't know if everybody wants to take time to think about this, we'll set a date for the next meeting.
Is there a way to do an online sign up? Is there something like on Facebook you can do that?
We can figure something like that out. Work out something maybe.
See how many volunteers would be interested in something like this? Would you 50 volunteers?
I think there's a free program out there called.
That's why I looked at you, I didn't wanna.
Sign Up Genius.
Yeah, I thought we looked at something like this before, we can figure something out. So I have down here everything you think the city should buy, we can
we skipped over.
We did, I just saw that.
We skipped.
No, discussion action regarding the concrete work.
Oh,
We got
I'm
two
sorry.
sides.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
just testing us.
Discussion and potential action regarding concrete work to be completed on the east and west sides of the public works garage.
That one, I'll ask you again.
This is, as of right now, it is gravel around the east side of the building. I'd like to go out to, where the fence steps back up there, it's concrete, it's more of like a driveway approach, and then in the back, which would be the west side, there was an old shipping dock, that we have taken out and filled with gravel. I can fill that area in with concrete, and then that surrounds the building with concrete, on both sides.
Then we got a couple bids, I see.
We got a couple bids, I believe 29.5 being the cheapest, but I want everyone to know that that is just for the labor of installing. The price of concrete that I figured would be about 44,000 as well on top of the 29.5.
Is that your recommendation, to take that bid at 29?
Yes, I recommend that. And the city will also be providing a core out, which will be removing all the gravel. And then the contractor will come in, form up the concrete, and then pour it.
I'll go ahead with the motion, the recommendation of the Board of Rupert, concrete finishing for the amount of $29,500 and with the estimated $44,000 for the purchase of concrete for a total bid of $72,500.
Second.
Motion on the tax, Alderman Reynolds, take the roll, please.
Alderman Herndon.
Aye.
Frank.
Aye.
Thompson.
Aye.
Kasak.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
LeBarry. Jefferson.
All right, for those out there, we've outgrown our current public works building, which was the old Chevrolet dealer, and it's in prime spot in town. So rather than build a new building, we go out an older building that's probably gonna rehab, but it's still gonna cost way less than put up a new public works building.
And I think, Bob, what you were asking earlier, some of these things are already appropriate for when we talked about doing this project, so that money should be sitting there for us.
Well, but we do have our appropriations coming up.
We'll talk about last year.
Yeah, before I came on.
Any other new business?
Yeah, I just have a comment about, I had, my water meters replaced this morning. At Studio 782, we have 3 meters, and it's not an easy job, and they have to go across states. I had Mike and Tim, and they were fantastic. They were prompt, efficient, they were professional. My wife commented how good they were in and out, they were concerned about operating the business.
You need a water, right?
Yeah, they do, and it was well done. I just wanted to make sure that Tim and Mike are commended that.
Tom, you're exactly right, I really appreciate them guys. They came to my house.
Just an update on that too, I believe we have, close to 1,700 meters, new meters installed, in the city, and we started in June with replacements.
That's
What is
fantastic.
that, about 3,900 total?
Yeah.
I'd comment on that too. I'd like to thank and congratulate the council on the decision they made to increase the workforce to do this internally instead of subcontracting this out. These employees who are out there doing it are learning the water infrastructure, and then as we have retirements, after this project is done, they'll be integrated into the workforce. This project is, we are rotating many city water employees, and a few of the wastewater employees have rotated in and out of this job. And have had very positive feedback from most of the public, on the job that they're doing. So thank you guys for the decision you made, and thanks for sharing the stories about that as well.
And one thing too, just so you guys know, when they're changing out those meters, we're also checking for the, right, for the residential lead lines to see, so we're knocking out 2 meters at one time. It's a good program. Any other new business? Believe we're ready to go right to approval of bills.
Total submitted $1,050,363.24.
Now I move that we accept, pay, and file, as each and every alternate have a copy.
Second.
Motion on the tax, I'm on Mary to pay bills, take roll.
Alderman Crane.
Aye.
Thompson.
Aye.
Kasak.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
LeBarry.
Aye.
Jefferson.
Aye.
Herndon.
Aye. Motion for adjournment.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Motion on from Barry, from Crane, to adjourn meeting, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. Thanks, everybody. Good meeting, good discussion. Thank you. Alderman Reynolds, sorry. Okay, Reynolds, very.
Scooch in. Sorry. I got things to do here.
Almost. Just so we're clear, you can't dictate whether I need to go out for the bathroom or whatever reason. So just so we're clear, you can't dictate whether I can go out to the bathroom or for whatever other reason. Huh? You're not going to tell me what to do, and you're definitely not going to stand in the doorway blocking me as I'm trying to come back in.
You enjoy the rest of your evening.
Hey, you be blessed, man. Get right with Jesus. You're just mad I FOIA'd about you. I wasn't mean to him, he was mean to me first. Why'd Hernandez leave? Oh, really? Oh, I was wondering what was going on. You take care, Bray. The nice Bray. Remember, that's Frankie Bray. The one I didn't care for was Austin Bray, who wasn't very fair to me. He was a different guy, though. You guys have been awesome hanging out with me here. I am going to wait. I'm glad I got Jeff Grove with his finger in his nose. It's going to make a great thumbnail. It's going to make an excellent thumbnail.
Hey, how are you?
I'm just going to... Is this one open? Oh, this one's closed. Okay. I'm standing over here in my little corner out of everybody's way.
What's up, boss? So is water meters, our guys are doing it. Yeah, you can water meters. Yeah, so
Have a good night. Bye, Kevin.
Congratulations, you're very good.
Take care.
You're his wife, 17.
I get people waving at the camera. That's fun.
He's happy it went so quick.
I thought he said water.
Yeah.
Bye. See you soon.
The company and I go like, I didn't hear it.
Jeff, can I ask you a question? Can you fix the microphone so we can hear when people are speaking? Can you fix the microphone so we can hear when the aldermen are speaking, Jeff?
Make sure all the other individual companies work.
Okay, but for like in the meeting, okay? I'd like to be able to hear him when I'm here. Take care. I wish I could show you guys the state of their women's bathroom there right now. I'm gonna wait till, just like, you know, when they do the walk and drive of shame. I'm the last one standing. Get home safe. That's what I'm gonna be the little door cheerleader now that Bray's gone. Frankie Bray better practice his First Amendment. See ya.
Have a good night.
Hey, you too. See you soon.
Going to the Y, are you?
Not today.
No, how come?
Not tonight.
Oh, just asking.
I don't broadcast on live streams. What I do with my days. Yeah. I actually see several of them at the Y all the time. I do not like that being, well, not necessarily that I don't care, but where I go being broadcasted. Anyway, see ya.
Have a good one.
Hey, do I let the news review here?
Yeah, I'm thinking they're maybe for 40
Hey,
years,
we sent a quick question for you. Where
years ago,
specifically is that next
going
one?
back to
At the
Chris's
park, like,
father,
what kind of-
and
what's
they were
the
big,
geographic
okay?
roughness?
You know, yeah. And it's nice to get an explanation.
Yeah, thank you. Very nice.
But we weren't starting to hear it.
Because that's where the other-
Explained it all, and, right, that's all I had, and I didn't-
Hey, John.
I'm trying to picture it, but I can't.
But we appreciate it, yeah. So I didn't know if there was anything else to ask.
Mm,
Okay, same thing with the cleanup, okay?
I got you, Carthy.
I missed it, what the hell happened?
Oh, for what? For which part? Oh, with that guy? He came and yelled at me saying, you're either in or out, and then he stood in the doorway. And I had to tell him a couple times, like, well, at least move so we don't gotta touch Peters or whatever. For real, I would have at least been rubbing up on him trying to get through. And then he kept looking at his phone on Facebook and different things. I'm like, so my camera kept getting it. Yeah, he's a dirtbag. I didn't realize it was Andy Bassador. I knew he didn't like me before. Now I know his name.
I can't see him.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think he's legally blinded. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure. So yeah,
Whoops.
lucky you didn't get a Peter phone.
Yes, exactly. Take care. I don't break it, car thief. Only the real McNaughty's gotta get it. I might ask a question to Brent if the lady ever stops talking. It was a long meeting, but I am so glad I got Mayor Grove's finger in his nose. I cannot tell you. I am so happy. And I shamed him like he deserved. He deserved more, actually. I don't remember if I checked this one before. May.
Other people want it nice and neat and everything, so, and then it was, I'm in the third ward, so I don't get much complaints about garbage.
Have a great night.
There's basically one house.
Yeah, I wonder where I got that from. Right when I said it, I mentally started cracking up because I was like, oh boy. Picking up on the lingo. For real though, like, I don't know if my camera caught it good, but he was literally taking out a big portion of it and then telling me to come through. I'm like, bro, I'm not rubbing my butt on your MP. Which Jamie Hicks was accused of calling someone a micro penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big jerk is what he is. Mean. He was mean to me before one time. I just didn't know who he was.
We don't have enough manpower to be overlooking every factor, that's not our job,
I'm gonna wait till Brent's gone.
Right.
Hi, Brent. Good to see you.
Have a great night.
Hey, you too. I want to like Brent. Eli's just like the other ones. He's a little nicer about it though.
And there's this huge dust cloud that covers the whole bridge. Yeah. No, it's not, yeah. I mean, is that, yeah. Most of these cafes, I guess.
Well, actually, I'm gonna wait just in case I need to document it. Timmy, I didn't even realize who that was when I guess I wasn't paying attention to who was still in the room.
But even if you have a non-stick skillet, you get some of that in you.
Yeah.
Microwave popcorn, even food wrappers. They're all coated with it, they're trying to get it out of that, but they don't disappear in the micro. You know, Scotch guard. Yeah, Scotch guards, for 20. And I can't remember.
And I feel like that's good.
Yeah, well, I saw you at the, track recycling and then,
Okay.
I don't know, somewhere else.
Yeah.
Probably the Harris Means or something.
Yeah. Who can we help with?
I'm just.
I felt like the presence of myself and my camera made that guy uncomfortable. So. I didn't want to screw him up when he was having his time. I don't know if I grabbed my water, did I? Maybe I gave it to Bray. I must have. Alright guys, well, that's about all we have for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you sticking with me forever. I don't know, do you want me to check? Well, I will check, period. tell me don't go in and out. I'm gonna make 47 bathroom breaks next time. Sometimes I do. If you drink a lot of water, you have to.
Kurt can help him out, so.
Good, good, okay, and then you give me a call and a time, call, either out or pass on to.
Sounds good. Great to meet you.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
hey, we'll catch you later.
yep, take care, Gary.
Yeah, that other thing went well, I thought.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I want to tell Brent. Actually, maybe I'll leave a. I'm going to use Kaiser's photo. Hold on. Give me a sec here. For those of you remaining. Brent, can I just tell you so I don't have to write it down?
Oh, yeah?
No, I am requesting that somebody, bring it up to Mayor Grove, do something about the effed up sink in the women's bathroom. I don't know if your guys' is as
I haven't been
bad,
in
but
there, because obviously, but,
it's a nightmare.
we do have, I think there's supposed to be a pillar in the middle there. We do have a contractor looking into it. I don't know what the install process was, if there was something that was supposed to be there that wasn't, but we are aware of it and we're trying to rectify it with the contractor.
Good, because I feel like one misstep with your boot and you might kick the whole thing
Is
down.
there like a piece of wood in the middle?
No,
or-
honey, you don't understand. There's like these random pieces of not stick, some little yardsticks or something. But take a peek.
Okay. Well, I'll wait for everybody to go home, but I will forward that along, and I know that we were in the works, I just don't know where we're at with it, so I will get an update on that.
That sounds good.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you, Angel.
Always. Here to keep you accountable, Brent. Yeah, so I don't know who that guy is. I just didn't want to. He seemed nervous. I just didn't want to. He a jerk. Excuse me. All right, now seriously though. Hey! A bunch of dancers. All right, guys. Well, thanks for sticking it out with me. Mayor Grove's certainly going to hear it in the next meeting. You should look forward to that. Luckily, our new up-and-coming schedules work out so I can still generally come here.
Well, thank you for talking with me.
All right. Thanks for watching, Telly Friends. Bye.
I thought you left.